You'll be in Regina on Sunday, the next food drive for the Purolator Tackle Hunger.
Yeah, I read a couple of nice articles about this, and as Chris Schultz has been the ambassador for this, Deron Mayos contributed tonight with a couple. Schultz, he does a great job with that. Over 1 million pounds of food donated, and as he mentioned in the article, could be your neighbor and their kids that need that food.
Absolutely. As Marquay McDaniel seems to be the guy that the Bombers are forgetting about here tonight, number 16. Our sack tally, brought to you by Purolator Tackling Hunger, a promise we can all help deliver. And delivering tonight for the Stamps is number 16.
Yeah, you know that the Bombers were going to be focused in on Eric Rogers in the passing game, the only 1,000-yard receiver so far this season. And they've left Marquay McDaniel in the one-on-one matchups, and he's winning big time tonight.
Big time of possession difference in this game as Cornish again hammers through close to another first down. And if you thought John Cornish might be out of the rushing race, you do not know John Cornish.
No, and he passed 2 already tonight, and he's closing. Now just started for 300 behind, and now just 233 back of Andrew Harris for the BC Lions, and closing fast. He's at about 8.5 yards a clip here tonight.
Well, the Bombers defensively have done a decent job tonight, but having trouble curtailing Cornish and Marquay McDaniel. Little out pattern for Jeff Fuller, knocked out by Johnny Adams.
You know, but a lot of credit has to go to Dave Dickinson and his ability to mix things up. He knows where the talent is. He's got the guy pulling the trigger, and Bo Levi Mitchell understands this offense and what they're trying to do conceptually, and he'll give you that balance. Tough to defend when you're looking at the running back, and then you lose a guy like Marquay McDaniel. You react and you try and shut down McDaniel. They go back to corner.
2nd and 4. Could be Cornish time here. No, they go up the middle instead. And a counter play that doesn't work. And the Blue Bomber defense comes up with a big play.
DeMond Washington decided just to take a shot and go. Now, I'm not sure if he had coverage responsibility on this play defensively, but he just decided that. Made the read right in front of your screen at the bottom. Number 7 he just took off. He said, I'm going to go in the backfield, and hopefully they hand it off. And if they do, I'm going to be there to make the hit. He gets things shut down there for the Bombers, and Calgary's going to have to kick.
Well, they elect not to give it to Cornish, give it to Harrison, and now they have to kick their 3rd punt only tonight. Rob Maber, again, one of the best directional kickers. Studemeyer. 35-yard boot, and he is not.
Welcome back to Investors Group Field. Mentioned in the first half, the new signing for the Bombers is linebacker Ian Wild. Back from his NFL try, and a guy who was dominant over the last couple of years in that linebacking core. Now they got to try and fit him in. The way Khalil Bass has been playing, he's going to start out on the special teams, have a couple of packages where he'll play on defense. Take a look at 13-14 for Winnipeg. Ian Wild was a playmaker from that linebacking core. 4 sacks, 4 fumbles, tackles for losses, but a guy that can coordinate it too. He's a captain. He's a guy that can control and make sure everyone is calm, cool, and collected when they have to be. That's what he can bring, that leadership.
Was it really necessary to show that snow?
It's coming.
Well, it's coming. There it is, around the corner. It's football season. Nichols standing in. And that throw altered. Pocket collapsed. Crowd wants an interference call. They're not getting that. Glenn Love over the middle in coverage. So again, 2nd down conversion for the Blue Bombers. They did reasonably well in that first half, stayed in the ball game. Not too many 2-and-outs. Stamps show blitz. Now here they come. Nichols now again. Has to to retreat and has to throw it away. And under duress was Matt Nichols. And that's the second straight 2-and-out now for the Blue Bombers as the Stampeder defense starts tightening the screws.
Michael O'Shea will send out the punt cover team, including newcomer Ian Wild.
Burnett is back. Again, towering kick. Back at the 30. Trying to find a seam. He has one. Burnett now with a high step, and Joe Burnett, 51-yard kick, a nice return. Calgary Stampeders. Joe Burnett now is hurt. They're calling to the sideline immediately after he was hauled down. 36-yard return, but right now they're concerned about the safety and the health of Joe Burnett.
Yeah, he looked awkward when he went down, got pulled down from behind. And it looked like his knees may have buckled here as he got pulled down.
Immediately, his teammates will see it here.
See Pomberion trying to catch him for a while. It just fell on the back of his leg. That's why that left leg got buckled under.
And the teammates gathering around, and Burnett is in some distress on that field.
Boy, he's been playing well. Leads the secondary for the Calgary Stampeders in knockdowns with 8. And teams have tested Joe Burnett on that corner, and he's stepped up big against the BC Lions. He had an interception, a key part of that game. Another very good signing by John Huffnagel to get an all-star corner out there. And Joe Burnett has some experience returning kicks. You saw a good return until he got injured there at the end of it.
And they need somebody like that. Remember, they began the season with Tim Brown, who got hurt. Nate Slaughter was released. They have Sky Dawson, who came in, but Burnett now is getting up, and he's
still in some discomfort, though. You can tell, and you can see that leg is not.
No, it's not stable at all. Outstanding return on that play by Burnett, but he is going to be helped to the sideline. Nice round of applause here. Bomber fans saw that replay on the big screen. Stampeders already beset this season with a number of injuries, and a team that has an inordinate amount of depth. That's why they're the defending Grey Cup champions. Another one for that injured list. More on that. Let's go to Sarah once again.
Well, Rod, the injury update on Juwan Simpson right now is that he suffered an upper body injury in the first half. The team is hopeful that he will be able to return, but we haven't seen him with his helmet in a while. But he is walking on the sidelines. What we do know definitively is that Adam Berger is not returning. The defensive back suffered a hamstring injury. He is done for the game.
Which complicates things even more. That's a backup DB, Joe Burnett, heading to the table to continue to juggle on that defense.
Bo Mitchell turning it up in the second half. Big numbers here tonight. So too that guy, John Cornish, just got rocked by Khalil Bass. Bo Mitchell had an interception in that first drive, but look at this since. Wow.
Actually had 2 interceptions, and one was called back in the first drive, and then it ended up in an interception. And then since then, 18 of 19 and closing in on another 300-yard passing game. Last time he was here, he was at 314.
Closing in on another record as well as starts of a career. Looking for win number 25 here tonight. He's 24-5. Bo Mitchell's numbers right up with some of the greats in the game, and he loves this place.
Yeah, he said this week and yesterday it feels real comfortable playing in this outstanding stadium, and it's fantastic in here. Almost 1,000 yards in 3 games, 7 touchdowns. Bombers have got him a couple of times, but 75% in the completion percentage department, and most importantly, 3-0.
First 2 and out for the Stamps as Maver will get a single point. 44-yard line drive. He didn't want that. He wanted the coffin corner. See how that point plays out in this ball game. It's now 22-14 with 1:14 to go in the third quarter. But back to Bo Mitchell for just a second. This is where it all started, of course, for him, his first start as well. And Bo Mitchell wants to be playing the last game of the season in this stadium.
So does every other quarterback in the league. But you're right. You're right. 65 days from now, we'll play the Grey Cup right here. Can he get back?
Well, he's been healthy. That's the key as well in a season where quarterbacks have been dropping like dominoes.
Well, let's see how the Calgary Stampeders have juggled their secondary now. Joe Burnett is out, so they put Adam Tebow out on the corner, and he's at the wide side. They'll move Fred Bennett will play that short side corner, and out there with Tebow will be Jamar Wall.
Second and 5. Here's the rush. Darvin Adams, have not heard from him since that first drive. 3 straight catches, touchdown, and his first catch since that drive.
And getting second in manageable situations, you can run these type of plays. It's just tough for even a veteran like Fred Bennett to get too tight on a guy like Darvin Adams.
Adams scored that first touchdown. Winnipeg had an early 7-0 lead. Calgary responded. Now Winnipeg trying to get back. Nichols is going down. And the Stamps steering their way to another sack here on the final play of the third quarter. 3 times now they get to him. This time Freddie Bishop nails Stampeders, trying to get to double-digit wins once again. Have a 22-14 lead after 3 quarters, holding the Bombers scoreless in that third quarter. Here's a couple of significant stat numbers that don't fare well for the Blue Bombers. The Calgary Stampeders, when leading after 3 quarters, are 7-0. The Blue Bombers, when trailing after 3, 0-7.
Yeah, they got to just put those numbers aside. This is a big quarter for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They've got the Edmonton Eskimos next week. It doesn't get any easier, and they've got to try to win this game, get back in that playoff hunt. Big quarter for Bo Levi Mitchell, and that offense for the Calgary Stampeders, and the Winnipeg defense has not figured out the combination of Marquay McDaniel and John Cornish just yet.
2 and outs have hurt the Blue Bombers in this second half, however, as we begin this fourth quarter. 2nd and 18 after the sack. Nichols now, sideline, looking for Colehurt. Aaron toss, and Colehurt couldn't bring it in. He would have been short anyway, and so Lirim Hajrullahu again.
And we'll see if Matt Nichols can, this fourth quarter goes on here, to see if he can go after some of the replacements. Adam Tebow out at the wide side corner in the Calgary secondary. It's kind of tough to get an ISO out there because it's a ways away from the formation, but they can run a bunch and some other offensive sets to try and get that matchup.
Lamar Durant's now returning kicks. We should tell you that Joe Burnett did leave on a cart and went to the locker room, so he's obviously done for the game, and hopefully not too much longer for the Calgary Stampeders as their injury list grows. But Stamps have a chance to get to 10 wins here, and the kind of night Bo Mitchell has had, not only throwing the football, but the play calling, but managing his offense. Long drives, clock chewing drives here tonight. Kept the Bomber defense on the field a lot. Here he goes again. Anthony Parker on a slant. Damon Washington nails him.
Late flag down here.
There is a flag.
Right
Way down
Yeah, right by the Bomber bench.
Before first down, we have illegal block, Calgary. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
We welcome all the viewers. We're watching the Edmonton-Winnipeg preseason hockey game. Calgary Stampeders leading the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 22-14. Critical penalty there. Stampeders are now pushed back to their 33-yard line. We're in the fourth quarter. Bombers have held tough against the best team in the CFL West.
Big set of downs here. A one-possession game in the fourth.
Mitchell fires sideline and caught on that sideline by Jeff Fuller. 13-yard pickup, will still be short of a first down.
6'4" Jeff Fuller was able to reach out and snag this out of bounds and keep that foot in. That's tremendous body control on a ball that looked like it was a little high and wide.
That's Beletic. Able to do that. Second down now and 7. Bombers rushing now. Here comes the blitz. Mitchell, who lays it in again to Fuller. And a first down into Winnipeg territory as Bo Mitchell shows that poise again, delivering the football.
Anthony Parker's going to come in here, going to get help on the block on this blitz from John Cornish. But watch how Bo he'll just move to his left to get himself into a throwing lane with patience, poise, doesn't worry about the blitz in front of him, and finds Fuller back-to-back play.
Bombers load up that box again. Mitchell's throwing again over the top for Cornish. And hurled it over top of John Cornish.
You know, it looked like he was trying to throw it around that rush from Greg Peach. But you're looking at a guy now that has to be, and it was Zach Collaros injured, and we wish the best for Collaros and a speedy recovery, but was the front runner for MOP. Now you've got to take Bo Levi Mitchell, put him in that discussion. His leading receiver coming in, and Eric Rogers is in that discussion. But Bo's been, since the first quarter ended, Bo's been on.
He's looked like an MOP here tonight. Here comes that blitz again, and the penalty flag and whistles. And the Bombers and the Stamps both had trouble in this din here tonight. Decibels were up, and they could hardly hear the whistles.
Offside. Calgary number 80. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
So most assuredly now a throwing down for Mitchell again as Eric Rogers got a jump.
He must be getting antsy. He's been the #1 targeted receiver for Bo Levi Mitchell coming in tonight. They tried to get it to him early in the first quarter. There were 3 or 4 attempts, but you could see he was way offside in that corner run.
13th man in Winnipeg pumps it up again. Mitchell in the pocket is going down. And it's Jamal Westerman with his 11th sack of the season.
He's a beast. That's 2 tonight. And he now has 11. Going to be, again, moving him around. Westerman. Look at that straight push. Just splits. Laying right beside Darryl Johnson. And they get the push, and he gets a sack.
Big kick by Maver. Studemeyer now trying to kick it outside. Might have something here. Studemeyer locked down at the 27. Towards tomorrow. in Winnipeg. There's a hold on that last return, and it's a long field for the Blue Bombers. Nichols has to orchestrate here to Nick Moore. Get out of this hole. Bomber offense has not had the momentum it had in that first half.
Well, they started out with the great drive to Darvin Adams, 3 completions in a row, and one of them was that deep post. So Marcel Belfait in that first quarter, a little bit of a deep threat, and hasn't been able to get it done since then.
A lot of 2-and-outs. This time they get a first down, and they have been held off the scoreboard in this second half. So it's up to you, Matt Nichols. Numbers nowhere near that first half.
That's that good start in the first quarter. A couple good drives there in that first half. And second half, the Calgary Stampeders defensively have made adjustments.
Double tight end package. Now Nichols just throws it to the Bomber bench.
Didn't have a receiver over here. I think he wanted to give it to Marshall there. And they're talking about it going back to the huddle, and Cameron Marshall saying, oh, was that supposed to be straight run? Because when Nichols turned around, he did not have a receiver running a route on the short side of the field and had to throw it away.
Matt Nichols, third start for the Blue Bombers since the trade from Edmonton. Had his first win 2 weeks ago. Lost last week in Montreal. Trying to get the Bombers back in this. Here's the rush. Now he has Moore on the near sideline. And he's going to be stopped, but a yard and a half shy of the first down.
This is going to be tempting. But conventional wisdom says punt it.
And they're bringing Hairolahu out.
Team that's got to be desperate to get back in the playoff fight. Nothing would help that cause better than to try and upset the team with the best record in the league. That would be tempting to go for it there, but I think this is the right decision by Michael O'Shea.
Lamar Durant, his first CFL touchdown earlier tonight. Wrapped up quickly downfield. This guy's been the secret weapon tonight. Always flying under the radar. Bombers don't have an answer for Mark-Way McDaniel. Calgary leads 22-14.
This football season, we're going to shop at Safeway because we want to win amazing prizes, like a Sultan Harley Pasternak Power Blender with a 2-horsepower motor and 30,000 RPMs. BPA free with an all-metal drive, 8-blade blending system. Shop and play at Safeway.
We hid cameras in 2 different cars, a Chevy Equinox with built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi and the